Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing great and having a great day as usual. So this is something that I just didn't personally pay attention to. I don't know what my reasoning for it was 100%, but this is clearly all my fault. Like I've always said before, there are just way too many coins constantly being released, and it's very difficult to keep up with all of them all the time. I think we're over 1,000 coins at this point. When I first got into cryptocurrencies, I think we had maybe 20, 30, 40, somewhere around that number. So it was a lot easier to know where to put your money. But because of so many things kind of constantly being released, you just don't know what to do anymore. So I am very when I've slowly been reading about this as the weeks have gone on, and I think this is probably one of the greatest coins that has been released. A lot of people know about it, but a lot of people aren't really paying attention to it 100%. So just a small backdrop of why I personally believe that this coin will be large in the future. So OmiseGO was listed on CoinMarketCap, which I always list a lot there where I get my prices from. They were listed on July 14th for the first time at 57 cents per coin. 1 month later, the price of it was $7.05. The price yesterday was actually $10 to $11, but since the market has had that strong weekend dip, it's around, I think, $7 or $8 again as well. But this means if you had put $1,000 into this system in July, you would have around 2,000, give or take, OmiseGO tokens from that initial 1,000 that you had put in, which means that you would actually have around $14,000 that you would have made within a month and a half, which is absolutely insane for a brand new coin. But there's so many people who are slowly understanding what this coin can do, and this is why I think the value is increasing and will only continue to increase, especially as they go on. I'm extremely excited about this coin, and I'm going to explain why finally. So what threw me off initially with OmiseGO is just how much it can do and what it will be able to do in the future. Where, like, you know, we talk about Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum and things like that. I love the entire Ethereum project because of what it can do over Bitcoin and Litecoin. I love that there's so many things that can be built on top of Ethereum. I love that so and so, where Bitcoin is literally just, you know, a store of value at the moment or a simple payment system between people. So when you hear about a new coin that can do this, and this, it kind of completely throws you off because you don't really get what it's actually trying to say, because most coins usually tend to have one purpose, maybe two purposes in what they are planning to do. So OmiseGO literally blows every other coin completely out of the water, and I don't even mean that in like a joking way. This is probably the most ambitious coin that I have ever heard of in my entire life since I started with cryptocurrencies. If they can get any of this going, this will probably be one of the largest coins in the entire system. So the goal of OmiseGO is, as they say, and as you can see on their website, is to unbank the banked. They literally want people to be able to swap not only cryptocurrencies, but foreign currencies on their platform, meaning they want OmiseGO to literally be used over traditional wallets, like the one that you actually have in your pocket and in your purse, literally enabling complete P2P, peer-to-peer, real-time exchanges between not only cryptocurrencies, but also fiat currencies directly on their platform. So they are in Asia. They are based in Asia. So they have a really big problem when you're going from country to country. You have to literally go to some type of exchange in order to exchange your money, in order to get the local currency. But they want you to be able to go from country to country without having to use a local ATM, without having to take your cash out at a bank. You literally, once you enter that country, you are able to swap the currencies directly from the OmiseGO wallet that you have on your phone. This will all be done completely through their systems. We have never ever in the history of time ever had anything like this. We have something similar when it comes to Alipay, and we have something similar when it comes to PayPal, but these are usually only based in certain currencies. You know, it's usually one-to-one, but being able to travel around the entire world and having someone be able to take whatever currency you have on you, it'll automatically do a swap, is absolutely massive. So OmiseGO runs on the Ethereum network, which is huge, and I'll explain why in a couple of seconds. So another goal of OmiseGO is that they want to create, or that they are, a decentralized exchange, because usually now, like I've said before in many other videos, I think this is going to be a huge thing, because with things like Coinbase and Poloniex and Bittrex and Kraken, you know, we have to constantly go through a third-party system in order to swap our coins back and forth. But if this is all done, it kind of, you know, how the cryptocurrencies themselves are decentralized, this is going to be absolutely massive because it'll stop the reliance on another company and it'll stop these massive fees that they are charging us. So like I said, OmiseGO is built on top of the Ethereum network, which is absolutely fantastic because it means it'll also benefit from things that Ethereum has built onto its own network. So once Ethereum finally integrates Plasma onto their system, Plasma is pretty much an update that will aid in the enforced executions of smart contracts that are happening on their network, which is really big. Like I've said before in other videos, because if you have a contract with someone and someone doesn't want to honor this contract, you may lose your money. So this is, you know, pretty much allowing the forced execution of these things to go through. And if Plasma does happen and does what it says, this will potentially be scalable and allow for up to billions of transactions per second on the network. That is going to be absolutely insane because OmiseGO will also be able to benefit from this scaling when it does happen. And if that's not enough already, the OmiseGO team and Vitalik Buterin, who is the creator of Ethereum, who is also one of the heads of the OmiseGO team, met a few weeks ago with the Central Bank of Thailand to discuss the future of the Thai economy and how to strengthen its finance sector. Hope you paid attention to what I just said. They discussed in length potentially integrating Ethereum and blockchain tech provided by Omise to help enhance Thailand's infrastructure in finance and banking. I don't know how much more obvious it can get after that. Like I said before, there are a lot of meetings that are happening, especially between Ethereum and Ripple and things like that. These are going to be the biggest coins. These are going to be the largest game changers. And the fact that OmiseGO is so new to the game and that they're also now meeting with world leaders along with Ethereum is absolutely huge, because once these things, or if they ever are integrated, you can rest assured that these things are already happening in some way, shape, or form, even if we don't have news on them. This is definitely going to happen. It may not be with Thailand per se, but the fact that these things are slowly moving forward and these things will eventually become integrated as payment systems is going to be ridiculous for the price of these coins. So it seems at the end, one of the main core values of OmiseGO is that they want to completely, they don't say this in so many words, but it's clear that they want to do this. They want to completely do away with exchanges such as Poloniex and Bittrex in favor of a completely decentralized exchange, which they claim will not only be low cost, but will allow transfers across currencies and different assets. I don't know why I said assets. That's not even a word. So they also note that they will be doing payments, remittances, payroll deposits, B2B commerce, supply chain finance, loyalty programs, asset management, trading, and other on-demand services will be available on their platform. It literally looks like they are trying to completely encompass the entire thing that we have now that we're using to just completely do everything completely on their network. So last and most certainly not least, OmiseGO will apparently utilize cross-chain trades. There's so many tongue twisters in this thing. Cross-chain trades, which will allow trading across multiple networks through a clearinghouse network on the Lightning Network, which will be absolutely disgusting. I also said this in another video as well. These things are also going to start becoming very, very large because there are so many coins and so many different platforms now having to go through these other things in order to transfer into another coin, and having to wait an hour for this to happen or 45 minutes for this transfer to go through is becoming very tiresome, especially when the entire point of these coins in these networks is to be fast and to allow people to do things that we weren't able to do with traditional banking methods. So this is definitely something that is going to happen and is going to pick up eventually. The entire cross-chain trade will definitely pick up as well. So when you read about it online, there are a lot of people who are generally skeptical about the actual use for the OMG token. A lot of people have been saying this for a couple other coins that I have spoken about as well. So the OmiseGO tokens themselves do have a finite supply, which means they cannot be created forever. There will not be an infinite amount of them, which is also great for the price. One of the main values and uses for the tokens, or where they get their values from, besides the payment, will also be the tokens being used as a stake on the network through proof of stake. I explained this before in yet another video about Ethereum, that they are slowly moving towards proof of stake, which pretty much says Instead of proof of work, how we mine the coins right now, where we have to have a mining rig and we do all the processing work on our computers, or through these chips that we have purchased, you will then be able to proof your stake, and the network is showing the network that you have a certain amount of coins or tokens that you have purchased, however you may have gotten them, to then create new coins on the network. So this is, they're doing this exact same thing to show that if you have enough of our tokens and you are holding enough of them, you will then be able to create new tokens on the network, which is a huge incentive, because clearly the more that you have, the more you can create. And this also allows you to get more money from what you already have. So this is a quote from their white paper that I thought was pretty interesting. So the OMG chain validates the activity of the behavior of all participants, including activity on other chains. The OMG token acts as a bond for its activity on the blockchain. Improper activity results in the token or bond being burned on the OMG chain. This is very important because this is exactly what Ethereum will do with their proof of stake. Pretty much when you claim your stake saying, I have 5,000 tokens and I'm going to do the proof of stake, and so I can create coins and validate things that are happening on the network. If at any point that the network sees that you are trying to hack the network, that you are trying to do something fraudulent, that you are trying to steal in some other way, it knows that it is coming from you and from your system, and it'll burn your tokens, which means it'll destroy everything that you've put in. So if you've put in 5,000 and you're trying to hack or get something from someone else, you're trying to get 100 tokens from them, it'll notice this and it'll burn everything that you have, so you lose all your money. So in the end, it ends up being you almost have no incentive to try and steal or fraud other people on the network, because you end up losing a lot more than you put in, which is genius. So OMG tokens buys the right to validate this blockchain within its consensus rules, like I just said. Transaction fees on the network, including but not limited to payment, interchange, trading, and clearinghouse use, are given to non-faulty validators who enforce bonded contact states. The token will have value derived from the fees derived from this network, with the obligation cost of providing validation to its users. This token must have value to prevent low-cost attacks and is necessary to enforce this network. So besides it even just being used as a payment method, it will literally gain its value from creating and validating the network, and that is absolutely massive. So to top that all off, OmiseGO has announced an event that is taking place on the 7th of September in Berlin with the Golem team. I'm actually really sad that I can't go to it, because they're now one of my favorite coins in the entire world, and I will not be able to see this happening. So they will be announcing, they've announced that what they are already doing is super significant, which they're tooting their own horn there. But they have said that what they are currently building, and probably what will be announced on the 7th of September, will be even more significant. And they added the hashtags to this on Twitter: Ethereum, OmiseGO, and Plasma. So this means something huge is possibly coming from this event that will be taking place. So literally, to summarize the entire thing, we have a crypto exchange, a fiat to fiat exchange, a payment processor, an e-wallet integration, cross-payment between other chains that is built on top of Ethereum and will benefit from it as well, because Ethereum is just awesome. Like I keep saying, it's one of my favorite coins, and it has Vitalik at the head of the development team on the OmiseGO project. I hope you guys are paying attention, because these are really, really big. Like I always say, there are just so many coins. I'm actually grabbing my head as I say that. I didn't mean to do that. There's so many coins that are constantly coming out, that are constantly being made. But if this actually does happen and they are able to do all of this, technically within the realm of, reality, they are able to do all of this, and people are just kind of waiting to see if this does happen or does take place, because it's incredibly ambitious. But I think that, personally, I believe that they wouldn't have gone this far, and they wouldn't be holding these meetings, and they wouldn't be having these events if they weren't already halfway there, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, you kind of don't hype it up and toot your own horn if these things aren't possible, because at the end of it, people will kind of destroy them for kind of saying, you said this, and this, and then it's not even possible. I think that this is going to be absolutely massive. Like I said, we are currently experiencing a huge dip in the market right now. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but we'll probably figure it out within the next couple hours. I hope you guys are able to profit and are able to buy on these dips, because I think this coin will be absolutely insane within the next couple of years. Alrighty guys, that is definitely going to do it for this video. I'm sorry if I sound like I was like, I think they call it like fanboying or something like that. But this coin just sounds absolutely amazing. I am not into many coins except for the, the blue chip ones, the higher end coins. But I think that this will definitely make it in the long run. Hope you guys, as always, have a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, summertime, wintertime, fall time, wherever you might be listening to this. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. Hope you guys have a great day. See you. Hey everyone, thank you very much again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys would like to help me and the channel, there are ways to do so in the description below. Thank you very much and talk to you guys soon.